Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of the series 3D Archaeologist. Last time we learned the definition of digitalization and the specification of three-dimensional digitalization. I also explained to you what are the differences between archiving and visualization. I mentioned there are different 3D documentation methods. Today, I would like to expand that topic and explain what are the differences between each of them. 3D documentation can be divided into passive and active methods. Passive methods don't project any kind of light on the artifact. The most frequently used in this group are photogrammetry, which is the most popular in archaeology, and SFM, structure for motion. Photogrammetry enables achieving a 3D model of an object based on at least two photos, which are combined by chosen characteristic points or elements. The undoubted advantage of this method is the lack of restriction connected with the size of a measured object and the possibility to achieve a realistic 3D model. In relation to the photos, the software generates the cloud of points, which is transformed into a simple triangle mesh. Then, on the created model, the texture visible on the photos is applied, so after processing, 3D model shows colors. Another advantage of using this method is relatively small cost of the digitalization devices. Coordinates in photogrammetry are assigned in the digital space only to the chosen characteristic points from the photos. The location of other is only estimated. That is the reason why photogrammetry is better to modeling bigger objects like architectural monuments. Software for data post-processing is very advanced and complicated, so to use it correctly, professionally trained staff is required. The resolution possible to achieve in photogrammetry is 0.1 mm, accuracy up to 0.05 mm, and depends on the used camera and its settings. To sum up, photogrammetry enables very precise documentation of an object, but only in those chosen characteristic points for which coordinates are possible to assign. Another passive method is SFM, structure from motion. It achieves a realistic model without any size restrictions. Also, the cost of scanning devices is relatively low. But data we can register with this method can be used only for 3D visualization, which means they will not be usable for archiving. The cause of that is the character of this method. It generates a model with correct angles of the measured object, but there is no relevance to the measuring scale. Achieved visualization isn't set in the coordinate system, so to assess, for example, the real size of an object is impossible. Accessible resolution reaches 0.1 mm, accuracy depends on the scanned object and cannot be settled. Because the whole process is automated and is based on generating the measured points from the object's surface in accordance with inconsistently precise data, the effect of the modeling process is hard to predict. The final result is not verified automatically by the software and can have some inconsistencies in the geometry. At the end of data post-processing, scientists by themselves have to decide the level of acceptability of generated model. The second group of 3D modeling methods is active. Here the data collecting is based on the registration of the projected beam. As this group we can classify laser triangulation, time of flight, and scanning with the structural light. Laser triangulation is the longest applied active 3D method. The data registration is based on the projection of the laser beam into the measured object. A sampling of the 3D geometry is even on the whole surface, and measuring is possible even in the sunlight. every measured point has known determined measurement uncertainty. The data registration time is long, and the measuring device is very advanced and complicated, which leads to sensitivity to decalibration and damage. Achievable resolution is 0.1 millimeters and accuracy up to 0.05 millimeters. The color registration is of worse quality than in the other two methods I will describe. The other active method I would like to mention is the time of flight method. It is used for the documentation of large surfaces and spatial layouts. Because of the low accuracy, it is not recommended for archaeological materials. It registered the time of flight of the laser impulse projected on the measured object. The 3D geometry sampling is even on the whole surface, and every measured point has known determined measurement uncertainty. This method can be used in the sunlight, but the measuring device is complicated and sensitive to decalibration. The youngest and the most advanced active method, which can be used to archive archaeological collection, is scanning with structural light technology. As a result of the measuring process, the cloud of points is created, which is the base to generate a 3D model. It enables even 3D geometry sampling and places every measured point in the coordinate system. In the next episode, I will focus on this method, dedicated devices, and the software potential. See you then!